In this video, I'm going to introduce the Extrude tool and talk a little bit about the Inset tool. So to use the Extrude tool, we have to be in Edit mode. So where it says Object Mode, hit the drop-down menu and choose Edit mode. Now if you choose, you can choose multiple vertices and extrude them. You can extrude edges, but typically, most of the time, you're going to be extruding faces. So let's select the Face Selection mode. When we're in Edit mode, we have all the tools in this toolbar that are available to us. The Extrude tool is here. We can hover over it, and it says Extrude Region. Let's just select that tool. Now I can select a face, and this widget appears, this yellow plus sign. I can click, hold, and drag that yellow plus sign, and it'll extrude the face. When I let go, it's done. The operation is done. Now when I click, hold, and drag again, it creates more geometry. So every time I do this, every time I do an extrusion with click, hold, drag, it does increase the complexity of the geometry of the object. So just be aware of that. Now we can, just using the extrusion tool with the move, rotate, and scale tool, we can do some interesting stuff. So I got the extrude tool enabled. I'll click on it. I'll extrude it out a little bit. And then I will enable the scale tool. And let's say I'll scale it along the y-axis, and I'll scale it along the z-axis. And just for the heck of it, let me extrude it again. I'll enable the extrusion tool. And then I can rotate it. For example, I'll rotate it around the y-axis. And what the heck, let me scale it again. And then, again, I can extrude it. And so, I can make these interesting, complicated objects. Let me use the move tool, and I can, make complex objects just with those basic tools: extrusion plus move, scale, and rotate. Okay. So the other tool that kind of fits in with the extrusion tool, I'm Command Zing back here, is the Inset tool. Again, the Inset tool, you have the face selection mode enabled. The Inset tool is here, Inset Faces. I'll select that tool, select the face, and then I get this yellow circle. I can click, hold, and pull in that yellow circle, and it'll, again, increase the geometry of the object, and it's made like a face within a face, really. Now I can, again, use the Extrude tool, and you can see how the extrusion's a little bit different now. It's just extruding that inset, right? I could inset it again, extrude it again, blah, blah, blah. Or I could just play around with, I could get the move tool, and I can move it along the x-axis so it doesn't create more geometry. Let me move it up a little bit, right? And then scale it. You can scale it wider, and so on and so forth. So I could mess around with this and make all kind of interesting shapes. And again, I can always use the extrude tool, scale tool, and so on and so forth, etc., etc. And let me extrude that, and so you can make a lot of cool stuff, a lot of very complex shapes, just using Inset, Extrude, and the basic move, scale, and rotate tools. The other thing, let me open a new file here. Regarding the Extrude tool, is you can select a face, hit the letter E on the keyboard, And when I move the mouse to the right, it'll move perpendicular to the face. Okay, and then when I click, that ends the extrusion. So again, I can let me click this face here. Hit the letter E on the keyboard. When I move the mouse to the right, it'll extrude perpendicular to the face. In this case, it's moving up the Z-axis. When I click, it's done.